All right, welcome back. We are continuing our fun from yesterday. So, for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Joe. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Utah. Um, but if you are new here, you should watch yesterday's video because this is a continuation of it. And even if you aren't new here, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, go watch it. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I have a feeling I'll have equally as much fun doing this one. Um, and just based on how far we got yesterday, I have a feeling we're, especially since I still have a sore throat, we're not going to finish this today, maybe not even tomorrow. It's a multi-parter. But that said, this is a continuation of the involuntary bankruptcy of the United States Corporation Company, which was filed by Moorish sovereign citizens. They're nutty. Uh, Someone mentioned in the comments about the the one dude had a 77-month prison sentence for filing fraudulent documents, which doesn't surprise me. So, and funny enough, before I remembered I had this to cover yesterday, I went to Court Listener to Pacer, and I just searched sovereign citizen, thinking I'll cover something random that comes up, and literally the case I had decided to cover was, I think, JP Morgan. It was a bank suing sovereign citizens who made false claims against them. So we'll probably do that in the future, but let's dive into this. So, hey, I clicked the right one. We are on document 1-4. So it's attachment sorry. Attachment 4. We've covered the main document, the involuntary petition, and attachments 1, 2, and 3. We're on 4. So this, once again, we start with a 5-cent U.S. postage stamp on the top right with a 45-degree signature, although this is not quite 45, but that's irrelevant because there's no magic to the 45-degree signature. And it also starts, notice to principal is notice to agent, and notice to principal is notice to agent. Well, that's redundant. Applicable to all successors and assigns. Asiatic Nation of North America, Moorish Science Temple of America, Court of Equity and Truth, Third Heaven, Adept Chamber, Executive and Grand Body, Court of Equity and Truth, DBA, Zoser Ra Netiquette, DBA, Minister of Defense and Finance Minister for the Asiatic Nation of North America, Moorish Science Temple of America, Ecclesiastical Judge King L. versus United States Corporation Company, International War Criminals, Jorge L. Pastrana, in your private, public, and special capacity. United States Department of Justice, FCI Coleman, Federal Bureau of Prisons. And also Joseph M. Hanger, in your private, public, and special capacity. Also FCI Coleman. Joseph Sullivan, in your private, public, and special capacity. Also FCI Sullivan, or Coleman. Sorry. Thomas Kane, in your private, public, and special capacity. Federal Bureau of Prisons Central Office. Ooh, we're going for the bigwigs now. Hugh J. Hurwitz, in your private, public, and special capacity, acting BOP Director, Federal Bureau of Prisons Central Office. J.A. Keller. I'm getting tired of that, but so either way, these are the people that they're claiming are war criminals, and I think we went through enough of them. Ooh, except for this one. We have Andrew Seward Cohen in your private, public, and special capacity, a member of the California Bar. Ooh, they're suing lawyers as war criminals. Oh, and all of their agents, subsidiaries, successors, assigns, trustees, fiduciaries, in any capacity whatsoever, who are participating in this demonic reign of domestic terrorism against Malik Rosh El, trademark, Moorish American national. So apparently he's only trademarked. He's not copyrighted or registered. But regarding order, in concert with the de jure organic United lowercase States for America Constitution, supreme law of the land, and international laws and treaties in support thereof, demanding immediate unconditional discharge from unlawful false imprisonment, unlawful detainment for Moorish American national Malik Rosh El, trademark, falsely imprisoned and unlawfully detained under the trust name Taekwon Gullet, trademark, inmate / alien / U.S. Marshal number blank, subjected to 77 months of ongoing and continuous armed threat, duress, coercion, domestic terrorism, genocide, attempted murder, misprision of felony, misprision of prison, misprision of treason, obstruction of justice, jury tampering, witness tampering, sexual battery, false statements, extreme armed threat, duress, and coercion to submit to unlawful, demonic, diabolical orders, violations of rights under color of law / color of authority / color of official position, contracts, trusts in restraint, monopoly of trade, commerce, radiation poisoning via 24/7 ankle monitoring device strapped to his leg, invasion of privacy, armed home invasion, assault with deadly chemical weapons, extortion, unlawful conversion, constructive fraud, mailing threatening communications, public corruption, numerous RICO crimes, libel, slander, genocide, robbery, pillage, treason, sedition, securities fraud, identity theft, multiple forced chemical injections into his body, or else be on lockdown in solitary confinement. Libel, slander, defamation of character, theft of private property, psychological warfare, false statement, tampering, rerouting, withholding, forced to wear a face mask, forced lockdowns, and cut off from communication from family for weeks. Sucks being a prisoner. But I've got an easy solution for that. Don't commit crimes. I know. It's hard. It's hard. There I am. Public servant fiduciary trustees' refusal to properly identify self, refusal to place delegation of authority, identification card, powers of appointment, oath, public hazard bond into the record, etc. Copyright / trademark / registered name infringement, unjust financial gain, forced to attend high school classes, high school in quotation marks, through this Moorish national, though this Moorish national has a master's degree in kinesiology. Press X to doubt. I mean, if he had a high school degree, they wouldn't be forcing you to attend high school classes in prison. No. Multiple concrete injuries, abundance of irreparable harm, human trafficking to numerous slavery concentration camps, and includes any and all unlawful, unconstitutional restrictions whatsoever upon the living spirit, mind, and body of this Moorish American national's divine, natural, and constitutional, unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Per de jure, organic, united, lowercase united, states for America Constitution and international treaties supporting the laws of nations, to which international war criminals may scheme to human traffic / enslave Moorish national Malik Rush L. Trademark. Asiatic Nation of North America / Moorish Science Temple of America / Court of Equity and Truth, Third Heaven Adept Chamber, Executive and Grand Body / Court of Equity and Truth, DBA Zoser Raw Netterkit, DBA Minister of Defense and Finance Minister for the Asiatic Nation of North America / Moorish Science Temple of America, Ecclesiastical Judge, King L. Trademark. Executed this 8th day of October in the year 2020. And we've got that weird seal again with the lion, lamb, and the circular 7, which the commenter mentioned that's something out of the Quran. I don't know. But so yeah, that was something. I don't know what it was, but it was something. It read like a long list of grievances. No factual basis for any of it. No legal basis for any of it. It's almost like they don't have the facts on their side. They don't have the law on their side, so they're going to pound the table. Because that's the saying. If the law's on your side, go with the law. Emphasize the law. If the facts are on your side, emphasize the facts. If the facts and law are not on your side, pound the table. Bluster is your friend. So, the next document, final certificate of authenticity. Ooh, final, you say. Criminal Rule 2710, attestation for foreign document by consular officer, 28 USC section 1741, federal rule. I assume federal rule of civil procedure, but that's not a proper abbreviation. It would be FRCP 44A2. And it's stamped. Foreign government national, do not detain or arrest. I have a feeling they filled this out themselves. It's almost like it's false. But Asiatic Nation of North America, the Republic of Maryland, Province of State Department, City of Baltimore, for the Corporate District of Columbia, and 50 United States and enclaves and world at large. This is all nonsense, obviously, but sometimes things are so nonsensical that they defy explanation. But I have a feeling this is their forged diplomatic credentials, basically. So, at the Adept Chamber of the Moorish Temple of America, Third Heaven, I, Hakim El Emmanuel Ali, am the executive ruler of the Adept Chamber of the Moorish Science Temple of America, located at Baltimore, North America. I am duly commissioned and qualified serve in this capacity. In my capacity as executive ruler of the Adept Chamber of the Moorish Science Temple of America, that's an entire sentence. There's a period there. So, in my capacity as executive ruler of the Adept Chamber of the Moorish Science Temple of America, period, I certify that the document attached to this certificate was duly certified by Shekinak L, who on the date of the initial certificate of authenticity signed by him/her was missionary highly favored Shekina L. They can't even keep their made up names straight, because up here it's Shekinak L, down here it's Shekina L, the lawful custodian of the original document attached to the certificate. In proof of the facts set out in this certificate, I have signed this certificate and affixed the seal of the Asiatic nation of North America, Adept Chamber of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Third Heaven, at Baltimore, North America, the North Gate. The certificate was executed by me on this first day of October, 1440, Moorish calendar year, 2020 Christian calendar year. Signed, executive ruler Hakim El Emmanuel Ali. And, ooh, he's even got a stamp and a seal. You know it's legitimate if you've got a seal. Ooh, this could be fun. This looks like a crime. Presenting false diplomatic credentials or false visas, or, basically, this could be criminal. Let's just say that. So, but Moorish American, foreign government national, do not detain or arrest, signed by the same nut job above. State Department of Visa, Asiatic nation of North America, pursuant to Holy Quran, Circle 7, Chapter 45, page 56, paragraph 1. Well, I guess that explains the 7 in a circle we've seen multiple times. Moorish Science Temple of America, pursuant to 22 USC 288 A, B, C, and D, political status, classified. Truth, A1, freehold by inheritance, Library of Congress, diplomatic immunity, registration number, blank, general delivery, executive ruler, Hakim El Emmanuel Ali, care of the register on Baltimore, Maryland Republic, and blah, blah, blah. The United States of America in general, in Congress assembled, 36 USC, Section 172, Proclamation of Certificate of Nationality, Citizenship, Religious Creed, and Race. Jus Gentium Ligas, greater than Liga, Els, and Bays. Birthright title, L. Ex hoc civitatem dona vimus, passport. Issued to Sheikess, highly favored Shekina L, for entitlement to full faith and credit. So, the U.S. Constitution does have the full faith and credit clause. That means that, like, if a court in the state of Utah makes a ruling, all the other states that even if their laws don't comport with that ruling, they're going to enforce that ruling at least at, like, if the state of Utah issues a decree of divorce for people here in Utah and an order of child support, the courts in Idaho are not going to mess with it. The courts of the United States are not going to mess with it. That's what full faith and credit is. Do you know what doesn't get full faith and credit? Make believe. Sovereign citizen gobbledygook. The Jabberwocky, the Borogrove. Thank you to the person who reminded me of that in the comments on yesterday's video. But that doesn't receive the full faith and credit. But apparently they say they get it. But missionary, Sheikh S, highly favored Shekinah L, race, Asiatic, religious creed, Muslim/Islamism, nationality, Moorish American, hereby solemnly affirms to the pure, unvarnished truth of the said certificate of the religious affidavit of organization, affirmation and evidence of religious corporation, Collegium Religium Alienum, for the Moorish Science Temple of America, part and parcel of said government of the United States of America de jure. And once again, United, all lowercase, States, capital S, America, capital A. This is just poor grammar. It has no magical symbolism. When sovereign citizens will understand that, I don't know. But until then, we just get to suffer through their terrible grammar. L's and bays, so organized in accordance with American jurisprudence, the Great Quran of Muhammad and the Holy Quran, Circle 7 of the Moorish Science Temple of America, pursuant to Chapter 7, page 57, express trust, res, of our state government, nation dominion, and inheritance of missionary Sheikh S, highly favored Shekinah L, as a beneficiary of said trust, res, extent from northeast and southwest Africa, a Mexim, across the great Atlantis, even unto the present North, South, and Central America, Mexico, and the Atlantis Islands, a Mexim, before the great earthquake which caused the great Atlantic Ocean. Thus, missionary Sheikh S, highly favored Shekinah L, the Asiatic nation of North America, Moorish Science Temple of America, am autochthonous, indigenous, a native and natural born national of the general government of the United yeah, that's a poor scan. That's a poor scan. So I assume it says United States, and then we have something about Noble Drew Ali, Presidents Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Johnson, missionary Sheikh S, highly favored Shekinah L, has taken, subscribed, affirmed, and pledged allegiance to the Constitution for the United States, including the 13th Amendment with 20 sections, citizenship in the 1782 present seal, the United States General Government Republic in the family of nations, according to the law of nations, who having repledged the original Pledge of Allegiance to the private, continental, and official flag of America, cherry tree, and the Moorish flag, red flag with 5-point green star in the center, thereby having complete and perfect inhabitants on America, hereinafter define Moors. 1. Missionary Shekinah, Sheikh, highly favored Shekinah L, accepts the national identification and passport with A1 visa of the Asiatic nation of North America that enforces free passage and immunity when traveling within the Dominion of Africa and the territorial jurisdiction of the United States, all capitals. But that's because it's a corporative government, 28 USC 3002-15, abroad. In law and fact, protracted from between 3 degrees northeast of present-day Mogadishu and 22 degrees north latitude at Yemen, Moab. I realize there's a Moab in the Middle East, the Moabite, whatever. I like to think she's talking about Moab in eastern Utah. Although that's not 5 degrees west of Sabia, 12 degrees east of the Kingdom of Axum, to 42 degrees east longitude, 2,982 miles longitude, latitude, and South Africa. This is all gibberish. You give this to a cartographer and they'll burn you. It's nonsense. It's gobbledygook. It's gibberish. But 12 degrees east longitude, southwest of Moab at Luanda, Angola, just below the Congo, across the great Atlantis, even unto the present north, farthest west, top of America, 72 degrees north latitude, 4,940 miles, 150 degrees west longitude, 21 miles above the equator from Moab, 3,160 miles, and Central or Mesoamerica, including Mexico and the Atlantis Islands, at 19 degrees north latitude, 1,330 miles, 122 degrees west longitude, 74 miles near the equator from Moab, 9,028 miles, South America at 52 degrees south latitude from Moab, for a geographical span of over 15,376 miles, equivalent to 236,421,376 square miles, more than 3/4 of the earth. 1 missionary, Sheikh highly favored Shekinah L of the Asiatic nation of North America, Moorish Science Temple of America, further confirm that the Moorish Science Temple of America is organized pursuant to, however not begirded to supreme treaty law. Exempli gratia 1786-1787 CE, Treaty of Amity and Commerce, Peace and Friendship between the United States of America and Moorish Sultan of Morocco, Sayyidi Ibn Abdallah Muhammad the 17th, and the language of the Treaty of Amity and Commerce between the United States of America and the Bey of Tripoli, and that's Bey spelled B-E-Y, not B-A-Y, but the Bey of Tripoli, Yusuf Basha Muhammad, Article 11 states, as the government of the United States of America is not in any sense founded on the Christian religion, as it has in itself no character of enmity against the laws, religion, or tranquility of Mussulmen, Moors, and as the said states has never entered into any war or act of hostility against Mohammedan Moorish nation, it is declared by the parties that no pretext arising from religious opinions shall ever produce an interruption of the harmony existing between the two countries. Finally, missionary Sheikh highly favored Sheikina L also affirms that the corporate seal so executed and affixed to this document is the authentic and original jurisdiction seal of the Asiatic nation of North America, formed by the religious affidavit of organization recorded in the county of Cook, Illinois, with a tax immunity number, which, once again, she's probably committing tax fraud. And notice, using a notary and seal on this document does not constitute any adhesion contracts, nor does it alter my status in any manner. The purpose for notary is verification, endorsing, and identification only, and not for entrance into any foreign jurisdictions. Signed by highly favored Sheikina L, Moorish national. And there's her picture with a terrible scan, unfortunately. And Lizzie Rogers, you need to do a better job as a notary, because once again, notarizing something only says the person claiming to have signed it is the person who signed it. It doesn't add it of any extra legitimacy. But just the same, every time I've had to have something notarized or had a client have something notarized, the notary takes our identification, our valid legal identification, and they compare the name on that valid legal identification with the name printed next to my signature and to my signature. They look at the photo on my identification. Unless she has changed her name with a U.S. state in court to highly favored Sheikina L, that's not her name. She doesn't have that on her valid identification. So Lizzie Rogers, you fucked up. You didn't check her name versus her ID, her signature versus her ID. You're not a very good notary. Rant over. Ooh, and another stamp of foreign government national, do not detain or arrest. Ooh, unity flag, pursuant to, but not limited to, 4 USC Chapter 1, Section 1. A la add-on S-is with a I. Ooh, spooky. And it says unity, attachment, page 1. Asiatic of North America, MST of America, Transportation Department and Motorized Carriage Division, permits number 4595. Greetings. In our nation, state divine principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, to whom this sovereign missive do hereby effect. This is to certify highly favored Sheikina L, who credentials are positively confirmed by the foregoing visa and passport attachment hereto. That said, missionary Moorish America national has meet all skills and requirements according to the laws and authority of the Asiatic nation of North America, Moorish Science Temple of America, Transportation Department, and Motorized Carriage Division, and is certified to operate a motorized carriage / vehicle with absolute right and to travel by motorized carriage vehicle, not for hire, unmolested, within the United States of America and the present dominion of the express trust vast estate of the Moorish Americans beneficiaries, pursuant to private ecclesiastical international law / conflict of law of the Moorish Science Temple of America, a Holy Quran, Circle 7, Chapter 47, page 57, title, Egypt, the capital empire of Dominion of Amexem / Africa, said deed. Express trust recorded with religious affidavit of organization, our authority. Copy book 521, page 579, State of Illinois, Cook County, Society, security number, blank, tax immune number, the same, as expressed on Form 1099. See positive proof document number P1, our authority attached. Please note, as documented and recorded in the Adept Chapter / Court of Moorish Science Temple of America, Third Heaven / Asiatic Nation of North America, document number P2, which warrant full faith and credit, the Asiatic Nation of North America / Moorish Science Temple of America entitlement to drive from Article 1 of the Articles of Confederation and guaranteed pursuant to Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution of the United States. Wrong. I mean, what? Where in the Articles of Confederation, which aren't a governing document anywhere, they were superseded by the Constitution, but where did the Articles of Confederation grant you the right to drive? And Article 4, Section 4. Shall we look that up? So, set standard sovereign citizen gobbledygook. Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. Where in there are you granted the right to drive or even the right to travel? I don't see it. Do you? Ooh, supremusam notationis is hereby given that the territorial jurisdiction of the U.S. / United States is within the present express trust, res, and res means the body of a trust. So, like, for those of you who have properly executed your estate planning documents, you probably, especially if you own a home and stuff, you probably have a revocable living trust. And if it's been set up properly, you don't own your home. Your trust owns your home and holds it in trust with you as the beneficiary. So your home would be part of the res, the body of the trust. So there's our education for today. Now we can get on with the nonsense. But it's the U.S. is within the present express trust, res, dominion, meets, bounds, latitude, and longitude of the vast estate of all Moorish American beneficiaries, to include beneficiary highly flowered Shekinah L. cited in paragraph 1 of this attachment, and missionary has absolute rights to operate a motorized carriage and to travel freely, unmolested, within said beneficiary's vast estate, pursuant to state law cited and state permit granted by this Moorish al Moroccan Islam / Islamic State of the Republic of the United States of America. Immune. No permit, no license needed from the U.S. United States Christian government states, pursuant to Moorish Holy Quran, Circle 7, Asiatic Nation of North America, Moorish Science Temple of America, state law, pursuant to the full enforcement of states' rights expressed in Article 1 and Article 2, and last paragraph of Article 4 of the Articles of Confederation. Our Moorish Muslim forefathers contracted / agreed to in 1777 and enforced March 1st, 1781. To all whom this sovereign missive affect, with the power and authority to act thereon, namely the President of the United States, state governors, state and county law enforcements, and all public officials, courts, etc., pursuant to the Constitution of the United States, Article 6. The foregoing legal document, to include attachments, is for the protection of our missionaries, Moorish American nationals, and family who are non combatants during the national emergency declared in Senate Report 93 549, 93rd Congress, First Section, 1973, War and Emergency Powers Act. Every citizen of the United States is now legally established as an enemy of the United States. Therefore, pursuant to Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution for the United States, this formal application is for the protection of the Moorish American Islamic State within the Republic Union of State, warrant full enforcement by the United States government and state governments, executed by the executive officer, executive ruler of the Adept Chamber / Court of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Third Heaven. Executed and signed by the executive officer, the executive ruler of the Adept Chamber / Court of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Third Heaven, December 4th, 2014. Hakeem whatever, Ali, can't remember what it was. 133, 1:33 post meridian. I, highly flavored Shekinah L, bear witness to agree to all that is expressed in the foregoing legal document, to include attachments so expressed, to be the truth, the whole truth. So help me Allah / God. Missionary, highly favored Shekinah L, Moorish American national. And once again, Lizzie Rogers, not doing your job. And frankly, before scrolling down, she says she's highly flavored Shekinah L. What flavor? What flavor is delusional? I mean, and then this is something in the state of Illinois, Cook County, filed for record, corporation's religious affidavit of organization by Noble Drew Ali, do solemnly swear that at a meeting of the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, held at Chicago in the county of Cook and state of Illinois on the 20th day of July, AD 1928. For that purpose, the following persons were appointed sheikhs according to the rules and wages of such Moorish Science Temple of America: Noble Drew Ali, Mealy L, Malbay, Lovett Bay, and Foreman Bay. The Moorish Science Temple of America, deriving its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad, to propagate the faith and extend the learning and truth of the great prophet of all in America, to anoint, appoint, and consecrate missionaries of the prophet, and to establish the faith of Muhammad in America. I think this is a bad scan of a 100-year-old document. And said Moorish Science Temple of America adopted as its corporate name the following: Moorish Science Temple of America. And at said meeting, this affiant noted, I think, as presiding officer, Drew Ali. So he didn't sign it Noble Drew Ali, just as Drew Ali. And I do my best not to make fun of the actual Moorish Science Temple of America, because while I believe their beliefs are out there, they're not the sovereign citizens. The sovereign citizens are to the Moorish Science Temple of America what the Warren Jeffs FLDS are to Mormons. They are an offspring off of it that has mutated into something terrible. So, and that looks like it's basically the same paper. So, I think well, let's see. That looks like it's the exact same nonsense for Hakeem L. So we don't need to go over that one because it's basically put in the name Hakeem L. Emmanuel, or no, sorry, Malik Rosh L. in place of highly favored Shakina L. So same documents as we just went over, but for a different Looney Tune. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. We'll definitely have to come back to this one, although I don't know. I don't know that we... Yeah, that... This is a 76-page... I don't even know what the hell this is. We might go through it tomorrow. We'll probably skip it and go straight to... Not its 192-page appendix. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Oh, no. No, no, no. We want to go through this one, at least parts of it, because this is court documents from the Florida state courts. So we'll we'll at least go through some of this one. But like I mentioned, I still have a sore throat, so I can tell it's about done for tonight. So I'm going to leave you here. Like I mentioned, if you haven't watched it yet, watch the first video in this series and do all the YouTubey things like share, subscribe, bribe your friends and family to do the same. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow for the next in this series. Although we might take a break because there's a Sovcit lawyer in Canada. I had Ian Runkle send me the documents, and that one is fun. So we might take a break from this one to do that first. But either way, we'll get all of them done at some point. So with that said, thanks for joining me. I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye.